Throw the ball slightly to the outside. You start the throw in front of your belly button and you bring your hand to the outside. That is where you release it. In the column variation, you throw the ball straight up and you keep them next to each other. In the inside fountain, the balls go from the outside to the inside. Now I've mastered it with my dominant hand. But for you as well, it's very important. Practice it with your other hand as well and get comfortable with that one. Columns and to the inside. And that's a trick, 2 balls in 1 hand. You got it. This is the big moment. Now you're very close to becoming a juggler. The pattern we're gonna learn is called the 3-ball cascade. You're gonna juggle with 3 balls. That's more balls than you got hands. That may sound like a head stretcher to you, but no problem. I got a couple exercises and I'm gonna take you through them step by step. And after this, you will be juggling 3 balls in no time. To juggle 3 balls, you will need to start with 2 balls in your dominant hand and 1 ball in the other hand. To get used to holding, throwing and catching this 3rd ball, practice throwing it back and forth from one hand to the other. Now we go for the exchange while holding this 3rd ball in your dominant hand. When this feels comfortable, try to throw the 3rd ball underneath the 2nd throw. All you're doing throw-wise is right, left, right, if you're right-handed. This is an important step. Try to get it down really well. By the way, one rotation of the pattern is called a flash in juggling terms. Now add a 4th throw. Thereafter you can go for 6 throws, 10 and even more throws. It's important that you build the duration of the runs slowly. Control is more important in this phase than long runs. If you know what you're doing, your progress will be much faster later on. From the side, you can see that the balls are in one plane. I have my shoulders relaxed and most of the work comes from my huge biceps muscle. Most of the time only 1 ball is in the air. So don't do this and release too quickly because you will mess up your own rhythm and you cannot continue. In the beginning, if you have to walk behind your juggling balls, it means that you're throwing and you're releasing them too early. And when I release the ball here, it will fly to the front. If I release it here, of course the ball will fly to the back. And what you want to do, you want to release the ball perfectly here, so you throw it straight up. For people just starting out, don't throw in front of each other. Instead of releasing the balls in front of each other, release it from the side. To improve control with your new 3-ball juggling skill, try the pattern in different heights. And also try to look around the room. Hi there, how are you doing? Oh, you're over there. And if you manage to do that, congratulations. You can juggle 3 balls well, and you have my permission to show it to all your friends. I would like to continue on the principle of over-the-top throws. And what I'm going to teach you now is a trick that's called the reverse cascade. You're going to throw over the top from both sides continuously. It looks like this. Well, this is the normal cascade. And this is the reverse one. You see, everything is pretty much the same, except in the reverse cascade, every throw is over the top. The reverse cascade. Have fun practicing. Do you remember earlier that I told you not to do this trick? Well, you can make it into a great trick, which looks like this. Your dominant hand does all the throwing, and your other hand does all the passing through. We're gonna start with 2 balls. You wait until the very last moment, and then you throw the other ball underneath. For next step, we're gonna do the opposite. So we throw it together. You wait. And now the big moment. We're gonna add a 3rd ball. You're gonna start with 2 balls in your dominant hand, plus 1 ball in the other hand. You would throw with your dominant hand first, twice. If this works well for you, you're gonna add more throws and run the pattern. In the shower, your dominant hand does all the high throwing, and your other hand does all the low throws. If you notice that you got trouble with these low throws, you may need to practice this move for a little bit. That way, you get used to throwing and catching very low throw without actually seeing it.
Oh yeah, I was pretending to be a lion. And that's for the next trick. The next trick is called clawing. Instead of throwing like so, you're gonna claw the ball like this. The pattern is the same, it's the regular cascade, but you're catching and you're throwing it differently. All the steps are pretty much the same as learning how to juggle 3. What you can do, take 1 and just throw 1 ball from one hand to the other. That way you get used to the new throwing and catching method. Thereafter you build it up with 2 and then you continue to 3. At the end you scare your friends because you're a lion. Growl. I think this is a beautiful juggling trick. It's called the Mills Mess, credited to Steve Mills from the United States. And how it works is as follows. We're gonna juggle the reverse cascade and throw this red ball under the arm. First you need to learn how to juggle under your arm. Instead of releasing it right here, bring it all the way under, over to here, and throw this red ball under the arm. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna juggle the reverse cascade. I would suggest watching the video on that. Make sure that you're really comfortable juggling this reverse cascade. When we throw this red ball under the arm, we end up in a Mills Mess. Watch this. The Mills Mess, originated by Steve Mills. I can do this one for hours. I think it's a beautiful trick and I hope you're gonna take the effort to learn
it. This is what the basic 4-ball pattern looks like. As you can see, I'm juggling with 2 balls in each hand. Let's break this pattern down and go through it step by step. In this pattern, each ball flies slightly to the outside. That way, you create space for the other balls. To juggle 4 balls, you will need to be able to juggle with 2 balls in your right hand as well as in your left hand. There are 2 different rhythms: sync and async. We are going to build this trick up. First, go for 4 throws and catches. Thereafter go for 6, 8 and 10. Just keep building, and thereafter try to keep the pattern in the air.